Hello, everybody. I'm Ed Robinson, and welcome to another edition of College Football Playoff Focus. On this edition of the program, we'll recap the first round and quarterfinals of the 2024-2025 College Football Playoff. And, of course, we'll give you scores from the bowl schedule during this 2024-2025 bowl season. But as always, again, before we start off the show, again, our thoughts and prayers are with the city of New Orleans. Of course, the city of New Orleans, all eyes have been on the city for quite some time due to that horrific terrorist attack that was on Bourbon Street in the city's French Quarter. So again, our thoughts and prayers are with the city of New Orleans and specifically with the victims' families as they go through this very difficult time. All right, so before we recap the first round and quarterfinals of the 2024 College Football Playoff, let's give you scores from the 2024-2025 bowl schedule. So we had the Cricket Celebration Bowl that was in Atlanta with Jackson State going up against South Carolina State. Jackson State would win 28-7. Then we had the Salute to Veterans Bowl with South Alabama beating Western Michigan 30-23. We had the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl with Memphis beating West Virginia 42-37. In the Boca Raton Bowl, we had James Madison beat Western Kentucky 27-17. We had the Art of Sport LA Bowl hosted by Rob Gronkowski, and UNLV beat California 24-13. There was the RL Carriers New Orleans Bowl between Georgia Southern and Sam Houston. Sam Houston would win 31-26. In the Staff DNA Cure Bowl, we had Ohio beat Jacksonville State 30-27. In the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl, we had Tulane take on Florida. Florida would win 33-8. In the Myrtle Beach Bowl, we had UTSA, that's Texas San Antonio, take on Coastal Carolina. UTSA would win 44-14. In the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, we had Northern Illinois beat Fresno State 28-20. In the Hawaii Bowl, South Florida beat San Jose State 41-39. In the Game Above Sports Bowl, Toledo beat Pitt 48-46. In the Raid Bowl, Kansas State beat Rutgers 44-41. In the 68 Ventures Bowl, Arkansas State beat Bowling Green 38-31. In the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl, it was a close game, but Navy beat Oklahoma 21-20. In the Birmingham Bowl, Vanderbilt beat Georgia Tech 35-27. In the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, Arkansas beat Texas Tech 39-26. In the DirecTV Holiday Bowl, Syracuse beat Washington State 52-35. In the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl, USC beat Texas A&M 35-31. In the Wasabi Fenway Bowl, UConn beat North Carolina 27-14. In the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl in New York at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, Nebraska beat Boston College 20-10. In the Isleta, New Mexico Bowl, TCU beat Louisiana Lafayette 34-3. In the Pop-Tarts Bowl, Iowa State beat Miami 42-41. In the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl, presented by Gin and Juice by Dre and Snoop, it was between Miami of Ohio against Colorado State. Miami of Ohio would win 43-17. In the Go Bowling Military Bowl, East Carolina beat North Carolina State 26-21. In the Valero Alamo Bowl, BYU beat Colorado 36-14. In the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl, Army would beat Louisiana Tech 27-6. In the TransPerfect Music City Bowl, Missouri would beat Iowa 27-24. In the ReliaQuest Bowl, Michigan beat Alabama 19-13. In the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, Louisville beat Washington 35-34. In the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl, Illinois beat South Carolina 21-17. In the Kinder's Texas Bowl, LSU would beat Baylor 44-31. In the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl, Ole Miss would beat Duke 52-20. In the Serve Pro First Responder Bowl, Texas State beat North Texas 30-28. In the Duke's Mayo Bowl, Minnesota beat Virginia Tech 24-10. And in the Bahamas Bowl, Buffalo would beat Liberty 26-7. So those are your scores from the 2024-2025 bowl schedule. And certainly a lot of bowl games. Again, the bowls have been extended into the early part of January, of course, with the expanded format of the college football playoff. All right, now let's recap the first round and quarterfinals of the 2024-2025 college football playoff. So in the first round, we had Ohio State take on Tennessee, and the game was never close. The Buckeyes would win 42-17. Then we had the Texas Longhorns take on the Clemson Tigers. Texas would beat Clemson 38-24. And then we had Notre Dame take on Indiana. The Fighting Irish would win 27-17. And then Penn State handled their business, beating SMU 38-10. And then on New Year's Eve, in the quarterfinals, we had the Fiesta Bowl with Penn State taking on Boise State. The Nittany Lions hold off the Broncos 31-14. And then on New Year's Day, we had the Peach Bowl, which was a thrilling game in double overtime with Texas taking on Arizona State. Texas would win 39-31. And then in the Rose Bowl, it was never close. Ohio State was dominant from start to finish. They beat Oregon 41-21. And then also the following day, of course, the game was postponed due to the tragic events in New Orleans. The Sugar Bowl between Notre Dame and Georgia. Fighting Irish would hold on to win 23-10. So now that sets the stage for the Orange Bowl and the Cotton Bowl. So the Orange Bowl will take place on Thursday, January the 9th at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Central on ESPN, between the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Penn State Nittany Lions. And we have the Cotton Bowl on Friday, January the 10th at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Kickoff is at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Central, also on ESPN, between Ohio State and Texas. The winner out of the Orange Bowl and the Cotton Bowl will play each other on January the 20th in the national championship game. So again, we have Thursday, January the 9th in the Orange Bowl, Notre Dame going up against Penn State, and Friday, January the 10th in the Cotton Bowl between Ohio State and Texas. The winner out of the Orange Bowl and the Cotton Bowl will face each other in the national championship game on January the 20th, and that will be on ESPN. And that's it, and that's going to do it for this edition of the program. Until next time, everybody, I'm Ed Robinson saying so long, and on behalf of everyone from my family to yours, Happy New Year.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Remember to click like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.